Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing the Thai visa amnesty associated with COVID-19 or coronavirus and the outbreak and the fallout from all of that. We have many videos on this channel talking about that. There has been an extension of that amnesty. That amnesty will now it'll take people out to July of 2020 without need to worry about extending their visas. However, as we've talked about on this channel, there's some nuance to this. There are a few caveats associated with this whole thing, most notably for those whose visas expired prior to March 26th. March 26, 2020 is a red letter date with respect to the COVID-19 amnesty because those whose visa expired before that date do not fall into the window under which the amnesty was initially granted, as well as extended. Now, for folks who were dealing with that between the 1st of March and the end of March, there was a procedure that it was kind of ad hoc, but Thai immigration came out and said, look, if you can get a letter from your embassy asking us to extend your status, we'll take that under advisement. And in most situations, in pretty much every situation I saw, that was taken under advisement, and they went ahead and extended people's status based on that. But when this amnesty came out, it created something of an interpretive distance, if you will, or difference, I should say, an interpretive difference, or it was these folks were distinguished from folks who, for lack of a better term, naturally expired during the window. So there's folks that if you came in on a 30-day stamp and you came in March 15th, your expiration date was April 15th, you couldn't get back out of the country, you automatically were amnestied. You got a automatic extension to 30th of April initially, and pursuant to this subsequent announcement, you are now extended out into July of 2020. Folks who would have come in earlier than that and had their visas expire, let's say March 25th, had to deal with getting an embassy letter, and we're going to go ahead and put this up on the screen. They had, and my staff found this online somewhere and told me to, they found this online, and this is an example of one of these stamps. We dealt with some clients that had these, but my staff found this online, and so I've got the graphic. We can just throw that up there. Okay, so the first thing to understand is when these visas were taken in by the embassy, they were granted this under consideration stamp. This is not unlike what it's like to extend, for example, extension of a Thai business visa. So you get this initial stamp that says under consideration, and then they'll put a date that says you have to come back. Then once you come back, it says extension of stay permitted to, and then another date. If your second date falls in the amnesty period, it appears that you are subject to the amnesty and you keep rolling with it. But if you only got this initial under consideration stamp and you didn't get yourself sorted out, you need to go down to immigration and get that sorted, get that stamp so you're clearly in the amnesty. And in some cases, they're taking the position that those people don't fall under these amnesty rules. So some offices are doing things one way, some are doing them a different way, because this doesn't, strictly speaking, fall under the letter of the amnesty itself, because these folks expired prior to March 26th. So if you have this status, it's probably a good idea for you to be a little bit extra vigilant, and it's unfortunate. I do feel for you. I've heard from people, they've called in. I've heard from people by email that have been having to deal with this. I do feel for you. It's really unfortunate that just sort of an accident of timing is causing you to have to deal with some extra work, as opposed to somebody who just sort of, for lack of a better term again, naturally expired during the amnesty window. It is a qualitatively different thing, and I do, again, I feel for you. It really is not a fun position to be in. But I'm making this video. Those of you who had to deal with this, stay extra vigilant, stay on top of this, keep on top of the news. You may want to be in contact with your local immigration office fairly frequently to make sure that you're not doing anything that's causing you to fall out of status. So again, We went ahead and put that stamp up there. We'll put it up there one more time. If you fall under one of these under consideration stamps associated with your local embassy, I urge you to stay on top of this. Be extra assiduous in maintaining your status, because you're in a little bit different position. And I understand, I totally understand. It's kind of a semantic position difference. It's very much splitting of hairs. But it is what it is, and if you didn't fall into a natural expiration during the window 26th to the 30th, it's unfortunate, but you really do have to keep up with respect to your visa situation.